everybody, it's Kayla from Kayla Crochet Love and welcome to episode 20. If you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. If you are returning, welcome back. It's always nice to see you. And as usual, I will link down below where you can find me elsewhere on the internet. So how's it been going? It's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I've podcasted. And I've actually got a decent amount accomplished the past few weeks. It's summer's coming to a close. Here where we are in Ontario, I don't know if it's everywhere in Ontario, but kids are going back to school next week and starting to quiet down a little bit, so it's kind of nice. I live in like cottage country, which there's a lot of that around here, but it's pretty quiet out here now. During the summer it's pretty crazy how loud it can get, but yeah, we're quieting down, so anyways, a little bit thirsty. So let's just jump right into it. I don't want to keep you guys for too long. So I have a few finished projects. They're all smaller projects, but if you hear scratching on my door, my dogs tend to come downstairs and scratch on the door. So you might hear that through the video. But anyways, first thing I'll show you is my square for August. I finished this yesterday actually, and it is wonky because it definitely needs to be blocked. But here it is. I really like this one. It's just post stitches. So there is a tutorial for this on my channel if you're interested. So this one's a very easy square. So this is for August. I used Lily Sugar and Cream Twists in the color Cottage Twists. So it's really pretty. I don't mind this cotton. It's not extremely soft cotton, but it's not bad. Now that I've worked with cotton more, I'm not so picky with cotton. But when you're used to acrylic, it is a little bit different working with cotton, I find. So yeah, here's August square. Just show you up close. You can get the colors. And I picked this color. I had the hardest time trying to pick a color for August, just because August is still summer, but towards the end of August it starts feeling more like fall. Like I was commenting to my husband yesterday, the leaves are changing colors already. So I wanted something summery, but also kind of moving into fall a little more. So I thought these colors were good for that. So there's that square, and I actually weaved the ends in on this one. I still have a bunch from all my other ones that haven't had their ends weaved in yet. And pretty soon I'm hoping to think about borders. I'm probably going to do something really simple for them, but it also depends on the size that you want your blanket, because 12-inch squares won't make a huge blanket. It'll make like a baby blanket, so it depends on how big you want it. So I'm going to play with that a little bit, and I'll probably figure that out within the next few months, and then come December I'll wrap it up. So anyways, that's that. So the next thing I have, and my stomach's growling, so if you hear that, it's my stomach growling. I don't know why it's growling, but anyways, the next thing I have, I was really proud of this one. One of my biggest things that I was scared to do with crochet, and I don't know why, was cables. And it was the same with knitting. I've done cabling with knitting too, which they're basically the same thing. You're just moving stitches around. But I was really intimidated by it, and I didn't know where to start. And then one day I'm in the mood to make hats. I'm trying to think of hats I can make people for Christmas and whatnot. So one day I decided to pull out some scrap yarn and I made this. So you can see the cables right here. So I really like this one. And it's really comfy. It's so stretchy. And then I used one of my new pom-poms I got from my that pack I got, and I just sewed in a button so you can take the pom-pom off to wash it. But it turned out nice. It's gonna mess up my hair, but whatever. So I really like this one. I'll probably keep this one for myself, but it's actually a really simple pattern. I pulled it up here on my tablet, so I will show you. It's the cable twist hat, and it's a free pattern on the Yarnspirations website. So that's just the picture. I will try and link it down below if I remember and if I can find it online. But very simple, and the one part confused me. I was just not grasping it, but I eventually figured it out, so that was good. But it took me a while to figure it out. But the actual cabling is really simple. And my mom just kept saying, she kept asking me, she's like, are you sure it's not knitted? Yeah, I'm positive it's not knitted. The only thing I've been knitting lately is my socks, and even then I haven't been doing much of that. So there's that one. So that kind of got me in the cabling mood. I just felt like doing more cabling. So, flapped out my hair. I decided to play around some more with some cables, so I just did a regular beanie and I added one cable to it. It's a little bit crooked because this isn't a pattern, I just did my own thing with it. But it didn't turn out too bad. So it just gives a little bit of a detail on the hat there with the pom-pom. And again, I put a button in here so I can take the pom-pom off. But I don't mind this one either. And I ended up using, for that one, I can't remember if I told you, the other hat was Bernat Premium Tweeds in the color Aran Tweed. And I ended up using Red Heart Amore. I bought this one a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago. And this one is in the color Blush. So that's what I used for this. So it's so soft. Oh, it's so soft. I'll probably make a little cowl or something to wear with it. Or I might just end up making another hat. But it's very soft. So, just playing around with it a little more and ended up turning out not too bad. So, yeah. There's that one. And then, again, still playing with my cabling, I decided I wanted to try and make a cabled cowl. So what I pretty much did was I had to figure out the math for it, which I was pretty proud I managed to figure it out. But I pretty much took the pattern for this hat and turned it into a cowl, but I used Loops and Threads Charisma, and this is a bulky yarn. So I ended up making a really thick one, and it turned out like this. I think that's my cat at the door, sorry. You knew? Anyways, I ended up making this cowl. So they're really thick, chunky cables, because I was looking online for a cabled cowl, and there was a few, but none that I was extremely drawn to. Mew! I'm sorry, guys. She likes to come in here and go up in the window, but there's no room for her up there right now. So, anyways, couldn't find anything I really liked, so I decided to play around and come up with my, kind of my own thing, but using the hat pattern. And it turned out pretty good. Now, the one thing, I should have probably used a bigger hook because it is pretty stiff and I have washed it. I washed it and blocked it and it is still pretty stiff. But that being said, you just smoosh it down. Like my mom said, you can just roll it even. And just makes a nice chunky cowl. Like that, kind of. You could even pin it down with like a shawl pin or a safety pin, and that would be nice too. Just nice and soft. Charisma, yeah, it's 100% acrylic. So, yeah. I'm happy with how this turned out. Just a little bit stiff, but I think if I washed it again, it might help loosen it up a bit, and even just wearing it will probably help too. And it didn't take me long to make this one because it's so chunky. So, yep, there's that one. And that is all of my finished projects. That's all I have for this week. The only other thing I made was a dishcloth. I made that for my husband's mother, and it was her birthday last week, so I ended up gifting it to her. It was just one of the primrose, I think that's what it's called, primrose dishcloth. It was just one of those. Sorry, my mouth is dry. Okay, works in progress. I only have one active work in progress. Yeah, because I was trying to think of another project I wanted to make, and I had a project in mind using my inked sheep fibers yarn, but the colors didn't work out together as well as I thought, so I had to scrap that for a while. But we went to a family cottage this past weekend, and I was going to bring that to work on, and I didn't know what to work on, so I just brought a bunch of stuff. So I ended up pulling out this yarn, and I don't know if I have the tag anywhere. Let's see. Hang on, guys. Let me go grab the tag. Okay, I'm back. There was one more thing I had to grab while I was up, and I had wanted to talk to you guys about that in the end, so I forgot it upstairs. So now I have it. Anyways, I ended up grabbing this yarn. It's attached to my project, and it is so pretty. Oh, I just love this yarn. It's been sitting in my stash for over a year, and I had started a knitted shawl with it, but I just wasn't loving it. I'd made like this much, and it took me like 3 hours just to do that. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I didn't love it, so I decided to frog it and recake it and crochet with it. So there's that, and this is Essence of Autumn yarn, and it's her Gilded Merino, 84% merino, 16% gold stellina, 420 yards. It's her sock weight yarn, and this color is Bird of Paradise, and it is so pretty. So pretty. So I finally got around to making something. So I started this the other night, and it definitely will need to be blocked when I am done, but I'm working on a cowl. It's a very, you can see right through it there, but I love the way it's looking. So I just did it as if I was doing a shawl, and then I sewed up a little piece here, and then I did another round. So it's going to be a really loose fitting cowl, because I don't really have a cowl this shape that's that loose, and honestly you could probably pull it to the side more too. But I'm going to add a neck to it. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to sit up. I'm going to add a bit more of a collar to it, just so it's going to be more decorative than anything. But I really like it so far. And again, I'm just doing my own thing with it. I think it'll look cool and I'm just going to add to the collar so it plumps up a little more. But yeah. So I've been working on that for the past few days. I'm hoping to get it done soon, and then I can block it. Go down again. Alright, I'll show you up close again. So it's really easy. I just started it the way I normally start my double crochet shawls. And then I just added some rows of these double crochet chain 1 spaces. And then I added, so what I did is I added 4 rows to the bottom, and then I sewed it together and added a 5th row. Just to kind of make the back a little bit thicker. And just make it a little bit more, I don't know, a little thicker at the bottom. It's funny though, because in person it doesn't look quite as holy as that. But I think it'd look really pretty in the winter with, or in the fall, whatever, with a black dress or a black outfit, or even a white outfit. Smack myself in the face. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing that. I've been itching to work on it today, but I've been busy. And that's my only work in progress that I can think of. I keep thinking I have another one, but I really don't. I think it's because I've had so many project ideas that I feel like I have more on the go. But I don't. Anyways, on to acquisitions, which I kind of caved, and I have, this is pretty much half full, but in my defense, a lot of these things will be used for Christmas gifts. So first, I was at my local Walmart, and I noticed that like a lot of places, they've had clearance stuff lately. So I know often when they have clearances like they have had recently, that means they're getting newer yarns. That's usually what it means. So I went down the yarn aisle, and they didn't have anything new in the yarn aisle. But I know a lot of times the end caps have new yarn. So they had some new colors of Bernat Pop, and they had some mandala, but nothing new. And the end cap displays there are just, they make me sad because it's just all thrown together, but all thrown together. So anyways, something had caught my eye I had never seen there before. So I went over and I saw this one. I'm really into the sparkle lately. And it is Red Heart Roll With It Sparkle. 97% acrylic and 3% other fibers, which I'm guessing is the sparkle. So I saw this gray and I thought it was really pretty. And so one ball can make this pattern. There is 561 yards in one cake. So I think that's pretty similar to how much yardage is in a mandala. Just a little bit less than a mandala cake. And this one is a worsted weight though. So that's pretty cool. It's kind of a thinner worsted, I would say. Pretty thin, but I thought it was really pretty. So, of course, being me, I decided to dig and see if I could find more. Which, the next one I found was this one. Oh, I don't know if this one has a color name. So this one's color name is Diamonds. And then I found this one. This one's really pretty. And this one is Crystal. So pretty. And then I went to another display and dug there, and I found a rainbow one, which was really quite pretty. But I'd almost bought it, but then I saw the one I did end up getting, which is this one. This one is going to be used for me. Because pink's my favorite color. This is kind of like a magenta kind of thing. This colorway is Pixie. So I ended up putting the rainbow one down and getting this one. Now I feel like they were about $7. Yeah, I think they were about $7 or $8, which, I mean, that's not horrible for the amount of yardage you get. I've spent way more on other yarns, so and even if it's 100% acrylic, it is, or not 100%, 97% acrylic, 3% other fibers. It is really quite squishy and soft. So yeah, I got the 3. I don't think I'll be able to hold them all. Look at that. So I got these 3. Very pretty. I have yarn in my mouth. So I got those 3 at Walmart, and then before I went to the cottage, I went to the local yarn store because I wanted to get more yarn to make another cable hat. But while I was there, of course, I looked at other stuff. So first, I'll show you, I got some new buttons. And these just reminded me of my grandmother's. So I'll probably use the buttons to make something for my grandmother. And there's this one. I love the buttons there too. So I got those. I've just been keeping them in my little yarn bowl over here. And then I love the cotton she sells there. It's the Estelle Suds. They're 50 gram balls. They're 74 meters, so a little bit more in yardage, I think. So first I saw this one, and there's no colorways. They're just color numbers. So I saw this one. It's so pretty. Purple, pinks, blues, whites. So pretty. And then I saw this one. And she said they were new. She had just gotten these colors in. So this one's like the speckled look too, but it's green, yellow, blue, and some white. So I got those 2. And I'm probably just going to make dishcloths with them. But this is one of my favorite cottons because it is so soft and it's so nice to work with. It doesn't feel like you're working with cotton. So, really nice. So I got those 2 because I was going to make dishcloths. The cottage we went to is about a 2.5 hour drive from our house. So I was going to work on those in the car, but I ended up not, and I just ended up sitting there and looking at the scenery. But so the yarn I got to make another one of those hats is Estelle worsted. This one's 50% acrylic, 40% wool, and 10% nylon. And there's 200 meters. So there's no color name, but it's this color. That's pretty true to color. It's like a, I don't know if that'd be like a maroon or a burgundy. It's like a purpley red kind of thing. But I saw it and I have someone in mind I could make a hat for. So I didn't know if I would need 2, but I bought 2 because I know I can always make more hats. or something else with it. And they're a pretty good price for, I think they're $8. Which again, I know some people don't like spending that much, but I don't always mind. As long as I have something in mind for it, then I'm okay spending a little bit more. There's those. And then the last thing I got yesterday, and it was my ink sheet fiber subscription for August. And this is on her Wicked Sheep 4-ply, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. There's 463 yards. And so it's ink sheet fibers. You guys know I love ink sheet fibers. And this colorway is Blood Moon. I was very surprised with this one because the other colors were so vibrant and like neon almost, and then there's this one, but it is so pretty. Like, she showed the picture that she was inspiring it off of, and I think she got it like bang on. It's so pretty. I love it. I don't know what I will make with it, but it's so pretty. Oh, I love her yarn. Shipping was fine with this one. I didn't have any problems this time. I got the email to say that it was on its way, and I forgot that I was getting it. So when I went and checked the mail yesterday, I saw it in there, and I was so excited. She does give sneak peeks on Instagram for her subscription boxes, and I almost always look, but when I get them in person, I'm still almost always surprised because the difference in person and in pictures. It's crazy. But you get the idea from the pictures, so. But it's so pretty. It reminds me of something. Not necessarily Blood Moon, but it makes me think of something. But it's a nice fall color. But I don't know, I might knit a hat with it or something. But I'll think about it, because it's so pretty. So yeah, that's my acquisitions. So a little more than usual, but I've been trying to use my stash still. And I have some things I want to do for the holidays that will definitely be using up some stash yarn. But it's funny because I was watching Bago de Crochet when she went to Michael's to get the latte cakes, and now I was like, oh, I want to go to Michael's and get latte cakes. But I looked in one of my bins yesterday, and I have 6 latte cakes. I had to think of the colors, and I didn't even dig in that bin, so there might be more in there. I guess I had hoarded them when they went on clearance last year. And I have no idea what I'm going to make with them. I have some ideas. I think I know what I'm going to make with the one color, but we'll have to wait and see. But so I want to get some of the new colors, but do I really need them? No. But like Crystal said, do I need it? No, but I still want it. So, and it makes me happy, so why not? But actually my yarn stash isn't doing too bad, so. Anyways, that's all that I usually talk about. But there's one more thing I want to talk about. And this has been in the works for a while. You guys would know. You guys remember my poncho that I designed? I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. It's a little bit, I've actually worn it. I wore it over the weekend, and it was perfect. We're at the cottage. Anyways, I typed out the pattern a few weeks ago, couple months ago I think, and all I needed was a picture. So I ended up getting a picture while I was at the cottage this weekend. So this pattern, as long as I did it right, I've only ever posted one other pattern to Ravelry, but this one should be available for you guys as a free download. The reason I keep it free is because I don't get anyone to test it, and honestly, It's nothing fancy. It's very simple, and if there's mistakes in the pattern, which I read over it a million times and it seems to make sense, so but it's a free download, so I will try and link that down below for you guys. But I love the way it turned out. It's so warm, but also not too warm at the same time. It is called my Late Summer Nights Poncho, because I designed it with our cool summer nights in mind. And obviously you don't have to wear it in the summer. I will probably take full advantage of this fall. You know what, I think I'm going to put it on, because it's just so nice and cozy. There. But yes, I wanted to let you guys know that it is now available on my Ravelry store for a free download. And if there is any questions about the pattern, you can message me on Ravelry, and I will be glad to help you with that. So yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's it for today. I have nothing else to say for once. Anyways, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Bye!